which is your opinion about this Africa-Spain Cooperation Summit? What do you expect is it's going to get in this meeting?
First, thank you very much for inviting me to this important event. I think it comes at a timely moment and also challenging moment. It's timely because we know that Spain now is on the president of the Council of Europe, but also challenging moment because the world, has been living through a series of crises since 2020, whether it's the pandemic, the war in Europe, and now the energy and food insecurities or crises. Um, Having said that, the climate issues continue also to threaten our planet. Um, when the times of crises take place, they are also the times of opportunities to be built to new ways of thinking or rethinking what we do. And that is maybe what we hope, and I hope that the world will do. And it's Europe in general, but specifically for Spain and Africa, we have, long ties, history-wise, but also recently we've seen, Spain moving increasingly towards Africa. We welcomed His Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs at the African Union Executive Council back in February of this year. We're seeing more and more interest from African business community in the huge potential of that exists in Africa, and so on and so forth. What I would like to see is that to really at two levels. One, at the political level, Spain in its current role at the helm of the European Council is to help with this movement that is taking place towards a new partnership, a partnership that is among equals, among that is, forced on basis of fairness, equity, and transparency. And I do believe that your country has the great potential and opportunity to do that. So that's one important level that as I said, Spain has a great opportunity now in its role to play. The second is, again, to seize the opportunities that are being offered by the crises that we are seeing, whether it's digital, whether it's infrastructure in general, whether it's energy. The whole world knows that Africa is at the center and is the potential for the whole world today and tomorrow in terms of energy transition or digitalization, benefiting also from the wonderful resource that we have, and the most important one, which is our young people and their creativity and energy. So I believe there's a huge market in Africa, supported by also a free trade area that has 1.3 billion people. That constitute a fantastic opportunity for investors from Spain. Economies of scale, because we are pushing for regional transcontinental projects. We are also harmonizing our policies, regulations to make it easier for investors, especially in infrastructure. There are some facilities for project preparation feasibility, which is usually a costly phase in project development. And as I said, opportunities also for new dynamics benefiting from the technologies and the industries of the future that are based, or that are green. And it was said earlier today in the meeting, we have 6, soon 9 African countries now producing green hydrogen, for instance. We have 4 African countries on their way to produce sustainable aviation fuel. We have many more possibilities for green industries, which is a multi-billion dollar way of doing business, not to mention, of course, our critical minerals essential for batteries. And there are already countries with whom we are working in Africa who are here to invest in in fabricating, in producing these batteries on the ground, and in producing also even electric cars in Africa, and so on and so forth. There's immense opportunities for your investors. They will find a great, a big trade area, young population, really the vastest potential when it comes to any sector that you choose, and the moment is right because the world is changing and is cognizant of these opportunities.
And security, I think that the businessman who goes to Africa, they have security to do their business.
We have American investors, we have French investors, we have British investors massively in the continent. So I don't see why Spanish investors would be different in that sense. And other investors from even your continent are investing massively
And in infrastructure, Spanish experience may be useful.
Has been for a long time. I myself, I mean, I helped contributed to the development of Noor, the Ouarzazate solar power plant in Morocco, and we used the Spanish technology. And in my own country, in Egypt, in railways, we used Spanish technology. And I can go on and so forth. Your country has a success, is a success story, and has lots to offer. So I'm sure there are ways to have a win-win situation where your investors benefit from the potential I spoke about in Africa, but also for Africa to benefit from expertise and technical aspects or know-how from Spain to make things work to the benefit of both parties.
Dr. Abou-Zeid, thank you very much.
It's I who thank you, and congratulations on this very important summit. Thank you.